Okay, Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. Okay, how are you today, girls? I hope you are always in high motivation to learn. Alright? Okay, so today we are going to continue our subtopic in chapter 2. Okay, what is the title? Okay, the title is the main organ for gases exchange. Yeah? So these are the learning standards that you have to cover for today. Okay, number 1, justify the necessity of gases exchange in plant. Okay, number 2, explain the mechanism of stomatal opening and closing based on the uptake of potassium ions, okay, changes in sucrose concentration. Okay, number 3, conduct an experiment. Okay, so don't worry for this one. Okay, we will carry out this experiment after the school open. Okay, number 4, predict with explanation the effect of water deficiency in plants on stomatal opening and closing. Alright, okay. Now we go to the necessity of gases exchange in plants. Okay, so necessity, the other words is the importance, right? Importance of the gases exchange. Okay, plants need to exchange gases to carry out photosynthesis efficiently. So this is referred to the importance of gases exchange to carry out photosynthesis efficiently. The exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide between plants and the surrounding occurs through stomata. Alright. Okay, what is stomata? Stomata are the pores located on the lower epidermis of the leaf. Right? Okay, each stoma is guarded by a pair of the gut cells that controls the opening and closing of the stoma. Yeah, so the gut cell contain chloroplasts to carry out photosynthesis. Okay, so this is referred to the lower epidermis of a leaf. Okay, as you can look here, this is the gut cells. Yeah, gut cells here, and then this is the stoma. Yeah, the stoma is an opening, right? Opening of pores, yeah, that controlled by the gut cells. Okay, so which one is living thing here? It is a gut cell. Which one is non-living thing here? It is a stoma, right? Okay, so don't be confused. Okay. Alright, okay, the mechanism of stomatal opening and closing. Okay, or in other words, how does stoma open and the stoma close? Right? Okay, that we will be discussing now. The mechanism of stomatal opening and closing depends on the condition of the gut cells, yeah, whether turgid or flaccid. Yeah, alright. So, condition of the gut cell whether turgid or flaccid. What do you mean by turgid? Turgid dalam bahasa Melayunya adalah segah, or in other words, have high content of water. Yeah, the cell consists of or contain a lot of water. Or flaccid. Okay, flaccid dalam bahasa Melayunya adalah lembik. Ya, okay. Apa maksudnya? The water content in the cell is low. Alright, okay. The condition of the gut cells depends on the potassium ion. Right, okay. This is a symbol for the potassium ion. Okay, potassium ion uptake. Apa maksud uptake? Pengambilan by the cells. Or the sucrose concentration in the sap of the gut cell. Okay, these two factors will determine the condition of the gut cell. And then the gut cell will determine whether the stoma open or close. Alright, okay, now we will discuss one by one. Okay, the uptake of potassium ions by gut cell. Okay, pengambilan potassium ion oleh gut cell ataupun sel pengawal. Okay, the accumulation or elimination of potassium ion in the gut cell changes the solute potential. Right? Accumulation maksudnya pengumpulan or elimination ataupun penyingkiran. Yeah? Okay, so this accumulation and elimination of this ion will change the solute potential in the gut cell. So this increase or decrease the water potential in the gut cell. And the water is diffused out or into the gut cell through osmosis. So this condition determines whether the gut cell are turgid or flaccid. Alright, okay. That was first factor that determine the gut cell turgid or flaccid. Okay. Second factor, the sucrose concentration in the gut cell sac. Alright, okay. During daytime or in the presence of light, photosynthesis take place, yeah, okay, and produce dissolved sugar, which is sucrose, right? Okay, do you still remember how does the sucrose produce? By condensation process, when the glucose combine with the glucose, right? Okay, during night time or in the absence of light, sugar in the gut cells converts into starch. Okay, so all of these factors, these two factors will determine the gut cell whether it turgid or flaccid. Okay, now we are going to continue with the opening. Okay, we are going to discuss the opening of stomach or how does the stomach open. Right? Okay. First, okay, the uptake of potassium ion by gut cell. Ya, pengambilan potassium ion oleh sel pengawal or gut cell. Okay, the potassium ion enter into the gut cell. Okay, potassium ion enter into the gut cell. And the solute potential in the gut cell increase. Means the solute concentration in the gut cell high. Right? And at the same time, the water potential in the gut cell decrease. Right? Okay. So what do you mean? What do you mean? The gut cell become hypertonic to the epidermal cells. Right? Okay. Then the water molecules from the epidermal cell diffuse into the gut cell by osmosis. Right? Yeah, by osmosis. The gut cells become turgid and curve outwards. Okay, curve outwards. So what happened? The stomach open. Right? Okay, as you can see here, yeah, so from the diagram. Alright, okay, this is the potassium ion, yeah, potassium ion. Right? Okay, the potassium ion enter into the gut cell, yeah, potassium ion enter into the gut cells. And then what happened? It will increase the amount of solute in the gut cell, or the gut cell become hypertonic to the epidermal cell. Okay, what happened? Water will diffuse into the gut cell, yeah, by osmosis. And then the gut cell become turgid, right? And it will curve outward. So this is what do you mean by curve outwards, yeah? So curve outwards, it will allow the stomach to open, right? Okay. So that was the first factor, the uptake of potassium ion by gut cell. Okay, second factor, the sucrose concentration in the gut cell sac. Okay, in the presence of light, yeah, photosynthesis occurs, right? Okay, so the concentration of sucrose in the gut cells become high. Okay, so means the gut cell become hypertonic to the epidermal cell, right? Okay, the water potential in the gut cell decrease, alright? The water molecules from the epidermal cell diffuse into the gut cell by osmosis. And the gut cell become turgid and curve outward. So the stomach will open, right? Okay, so these are the two factors that cause the stomach to open, right? To open like this. Okay, make sure you can understand how does the stomach open. Okay, the closing of stomach. How does the stomach close? Right? Okay. So the uptake of potassium ion by the gut cell. Okay, first factor. Okay, what happened here? The potassium ions move out from the gut cell. Right? Move out. Ya, maksudnya di sini potassium ion akan keluar daripada gut cell. The solute potential in the gut cell decrease. The water potential in the gut cell increases. Means that the gut cell become hypotonic, yeah, to the epidermal cells. Okay. Then the water molecules diffuse out from the gut cells to the epidermal cells by osmosis. And the gut cells become flaccid. Right? Flaccid menjadi lembik. And then the stoma will close. Okay. So as you can see from here, this is potassium ion. Yeah, potassium ion will move out from the gut cell. Yeah, so when the potassium ion move out from the gut cell, it will cause the gut cell become hypotonic to the epidermal cell. And then what happened? The water inside the gut cell will diffuse out by osmosis. Yeah, and the gut cell become flaccid. Yeah, when it become flaccid, so it will curve inwards and the stoma close. Right, okay. Second factor, the sucrose concentration in the gut cells up. So in the absence of light, yeah, photosynthesis does not occur. Yeah, okay, usually at night. Yeah, okay, the sucrose concentration in the gut cells becomes low. Yeah, becomes low. The water potential in the gut cells increases. Right, means that the gut cell become hypotonic to the epidermal cell. So the water molecule diffuse out from the gut cells to the epidermal cell by osmosis. And the gut cells become flaccid and the stoma close. Right? Okay, the stoma close like this. Okay, so these are the two factors that allow the stoma to close. Right? Okay, so now we are going to discuss the effect of water deficiency in plants on stomatal opening and closing. Okay, kesan kepada kekurangan air kepada pembukaan dan juga penutupan stoma. Right, okay, water from plants is lost in the form of water vapor to the surrounding through the stoma. Okay, so by what process? Do you still remember? Okay, yes, by transpiration, right? Okay, when the stoma opens widely, the rate of water loss from the plants is high. So the opening and closing of the stoma is dependent on the turgor pressure of the gut cells. Okay, turgor pressure, tekanan segah, ya. Maksudnya dia bergantung kepada the amount of water, the content of the water in the gut cell, that will produce the turgor pressure. Alright, okay, so as we can look here, this is a fresh plant here, fresh plant. This is the wilted plant here. Okay, pokok yang layu dan satu lagi pokok yang segar. Alright, okay, so let's discuss what happened in the fresh plant. Right. Okay, when the plant obtains enough water, right, the gut cells become turgid. Okay, the inner cell wall of the gut cells is thick and less elastic as compared to the outer cell wall. Okay, the thin and more elastic outer cell wall causes the gut cells to curve outwards and the stoma to open. Okay, so take a look on this gut cell. Right, so this is the gut cell, this is the stoma. Here, the gut cell consists of the two layers of the cell wall. Okay, this is the inner cell wall, right? Inner cell wall, which is thick and less elastic. Okay, and this one is outer cell wall. Yeah? Outer cell wall is thin and more elastic. Right? Okay. So, when the cell is turgid, right? Turgid, enough water or contain a lot of water, what happened here? The outer cell wall here, will cause the gut cell to curve outwards, right? Curve outwards, will cause the gut cell to curve outwards and the stoma open, right? Because of the outer cell wall, which is thin and more elastic. So it will cause the gut cells to curve outwards and the stomach open. Okay, so what about the wilted plant? Yeah, wilted plant here. When the plant lacks water, right? Okay, the gut cells become flaccid, right? Okay, the water content in the cell is low. Okay, what happened? The thin and more elastic outer cell wall causes the gut cell to lose its rigidity and the stoma to close. Okay, so because of the outer cell wall of the gut cell is thin and more elastic, also when the gut cell loses its rigidity or become flaccid, so this outer cell wall will cause the stoma to will cause the gut cells to curve inwards and the stoma will close, right? Okay, so this is occur when the plant have a lack of water. Yeah, when the plant lack of water, so what happen to the gut cell? The gut cell become flaccid. So when the gut cell become flaccid, so it will cause the outer cell wall, outer cell wall to curve inwards, because of the outer cell wall is more elastic, so it will curve inwards and close the stoma. Okay, so that was what happened when what happened to the fresh plant and wilted plant. Yeah, it was because of the amount of water. Yeah, amount of water in the plant. Alright, okay, so please answer this formative practice 2.2. Yes, question number 4 until question number 4. Question number 1 until question number 4. Okay, so that's all from now. Okay, for chapter 2.2. If you have any question, you can ask me anytime, right? Okay, girls, thank you. We'll see again to the next video. Thank you.